Hey guys, alright, we are going to hop on in and do a little bit of practice in Tour 9 on the main level account in preparation for this upcoming Cinco de Mayo tournament. Just want to kind of open up my stuff here and see if there's any upgrades needed. I kind of doubt it, but you never know. Maybe we get lucky tonight. Hard to get upgrades on max clubs, that's for sure. Gotta hope that maybe they come out with that thing they've been talking about where we could use these cards soon. Go ahead and start that guy. Send out my coins to my buddies here. And on we go. Just make sure, let's see what bag we got going. Whew. I think we're going to have to go with it. I kind of want to just play with the Cataclysm, but I feel like I'm going to be using the Sniper a little more in the tournament than I will be the Cataclysm. It will come out, I'm almost positive, but haven't gotten that far yet. Haven't really started trying to plan them out in terms of how I intend on playing them for the tournament. It's really hard to know until you see the wind. Usually just kind of go at it how I think I would go at it on the qualifying round. See, this is a hole that's on the tour, so that's good. Don't like the wind here. I hope this isn't what we see. We're going to go with Quasars here. I want to make sure we can make this hop. I'm just going to curl it to the right there. I feel like it's safer. Had to do that a little fast, a little worried. I just want it to be on the fairway. It's not a great shot, but as long as we're not dealing with headwind straight in our face, I think we can still get there. Rather be on the fairway than over in that nasty stuff, especially if you're on the left over there. If you go into the left of the rough of the fairways there, or even worse in the bunker, you will never reach. If you can make it to the rough, kind of right where his ball guide's ending, if you have a high enough level club, you can get there. You can make it. So it's often safer to go right. If you have the wind to do it, go straight ahead. The shot at the pin is much, much easier. But if the wind does not allow it, go to the right. It's safer. As long as you curl the crap out of the ball, use as much spin as you got. If you have a katana even, that'll do the job. I would suggest a side spin 3 ball if you're going to have to take this shot to the right, if you can afford it. I don't want to waste it here in the practice round, but that was a good shot. So we're going to have to get pretty crazy here. Let's see. Something like there. Maybe even see if I can get this to hop right here. We're going to want it to come right about there. Okay, at least it's a safe shot. I'd rather that than have gone into the bunker over there. It is what it is. With the wind in our face, with the distance we had, that was a tough shot. It's funny because you can have the wind go in almost any other direction and it's better. Even straight headwind is probably better than that wind was for that specific hole. Depending on the speed of the wind. If it was slower, like something like a 4 mile an hour wind, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But up here in the higher levels, don't count on that. So this is favorable wind. Ooh, great to the left. It's going to take it a sailing away. Still worked out good for him. He knows it shouldn't have. This wind is pretty forgiving, though. That's why I said we have beneficial wind here. We don't want to go full topspin because we could easily overdo it if we hit the wrong spot. And the wind's going to take us to like here. Without the power. I'm going to add just probably about that much power. So it comes up to about where my target is there. That's right about there. Just a little extra power. A little curl to keep it where we want. Should be just fine. It's about where you want it. You definitely want to be more towards the left of that fairway than the right, just because you'll give yourself a shorter shot. However, if you can come down all the way across, straight across that fairway, right in the center of it, all the way to the end, you'll have a straighter line of the pin. I don't know if it really affects how good your shot is, because I've only hit it that spot a couple of times. And I can't say I noticed a difference. But it is a straighter line to use the fairway. So you wouldn't have to curl it as much to get the spin you want if you're bouncing across this sand here. But if you got this kind of distance anyways, you should be able to reach like he did there without any bounce, just straight to the rough. There. So this is uphill where we're shooting here. So it's actually going to go a little shorter than it appears here. So if I do the full 6.8, it's going to possibly come up short. But you don't want to overdo it too much here. There's about 5. We're just going to go right about there. Or actually, I'm sorry if I don't overdo it a little bit. It's okay. Not enough to get in the hole, but it's a good shot. A little extra overdue, a little extra umph on that would have done it. I just happened to be exactly short. If I had gotten that ball a little bit closer or the wind was slightly less in our face, we could have gotten there without having to overpower it, and it would have been a much cleaner shot. We're also only using a power 2 ball here. Our opponent's using a Titan, so he's got that extra little bit of power. Alright, this hole is a pain in the booty, but let's see if we can do good here. So I like going right in line with this rough here, 3 rings from that rough. That's my spot. And from there, you just need left spin. Usually you want to go about 1.5 bars, but because we got the wind coming at us, we're going to go up top and 3 bar. Half a bar top spin, 3 to the left. Give that a whirl. Ooh, too quick. It's going to be rough. We'll see. That was kind of a funny situation with the way the wind worked and me running out of time with having to overpower it to not have, I didn't have enough for it there. I was trying to explain that with this little pond there in the middle, you have to overestimate 15-ish to 20-ish% extra. So, for example, he's doing 7-mile-an-hour winds. That's roughly 1.2 mile an hour addition. If he doesn't add that extra bit, he'll probably land short. And it can be really troublesome if you have tailwind. It'll put you in the water. I see it happen all the time. See, I'm pretty sure he did the extra there. This hole, I don't believe, is in the tournament. I was looking at the list earlier. I had them all fresh in my mind, but I've forgotten what the par 3s are entirely. I don't believe this was one of them, though. I kind of want it to be. This is one of my better hole-in-one holes, as much as that shot didn't demonstrate that whatsoever. All right, we got to win a couple here. That one was very winnable. I wish I didn't biff that shot. I could have easily won that. I usually get, you know, within 2 there. Often within 1. Oh, this is one of my least favorite holes. And I don't believe it is on the tournament. So that's good, but I'm certainly not a fan of this hole. It's not as bad in a tournament when you can play the proper clubs for it. But, you know, with a sniper, this can be a tricky hole. All right, well, at least we're safe. But, yeah, I will have no chance of reaching here. That's a far hole. Bad wind conditions for this hole. I mean, that wind's blowing directly in the way that you're trying to get that ball to bounce and go. See, I like his approach. What he's doing is a good way to go at it. But if you hit great too hard to the left there, you can definitely... Nice shot. I don't think that's even how he actually intended to do it. I think he was trying to hop that first bunker to the left there and roll straight through clean on the fairway, but either way. Okay, so we can put that topspin. I wasn't sure with the wind. I don't want to overdo it. So look at the way the wind's going like that. Often that'll help you because now I can kind of more line up to the middle there. And what I'm going to do, I'm not even going to overpower. I'm just going to curl it all the way. Now this should go the direction of the fairway. It's about the best thing you can do in that situation. Get you up as close as you can. You know, I could have overpowered a little more, but you want to make sure that you're not powered too hard and that momentum takes you forward into that bunker. Plus, I wanted to really make sure I was going to hit perfect there. Another very difficult approach shot. All right, so we got the wind in our face, so you don't want to be where you can't adjust forward. We're going to pull it back quite a bit here. And we're just going to add a little topspin. That looks pretty good. Maybe come up just a little more to the right there. Just the tiniest touch of curl to the left. Oh, not even close to enough gas with that. With that headwind, I kind of should have counted on that, but difficult shot for him here too. I'd be pretty impressed if he made this. Even if that was a perfectly flat green, you're hitting a rough shot against 11-mile-an-hour wind. Not the easiest thing to do. And then that green is no fun. Except it looks like they got rid of that hump by that flag there. I haven't played this hole in a minute. I'm wondering if they did. That'd be pretty great. I hated that little hump. I'm going to have to investigate that a little bit more next time I come across this hole. It really was just kind of an obnoxious, like, I mean, it had to have been about a foot, maybe 2 foot wide hump that's just 3 feet away from the green, or 3 feet away from the hole, and the direction you're always approaching the green from. It was just kind of ridiculous. What's interesting is I never really saw any complaints about it. I follow the Golf Clash Facebook page pretty frequently. You know, I check it multiple times a day. And I don't recall ever seeing a complaint about that. Maybe it was something I don't know, but people sending tickets in the game maybe or something like that. This is another shootout hole that I do like to get. It kind of stinks when you can tell your opponent knows how to play it too. He does, but I like when I see people try to bounce on that first fairway because it's a risky way to play it. Much safer to go up in the rough like this gentleman did here. So I usually go, you know, about 2.5 rings, but today, since the headwind, I'm gonna go right up to 2. And we want just a little. We want it to look like it's going through. That headwind's going to stop it a little bit here, so not much, but just enough that we want that little extra. Damn, again with the overpower. Feels about right there. I feel like that's got to be better than the opponent's shot. Yeah. All right, got to win back. Stinks when you start off losing your first match because, you know, that's I was coming in cold. You know, I hadn't practiced yet today. I haven't played yet. So when you lose that one, it's just kind of like, ah, damn, you know. Starts you off right away on that bad note. But there's no way around it. You got to play a first hole sometime, right? And I'm not going to drop down a league, especially when I got open chests. You know, if I had no chest slots, maybe I'd consider going and playing a tour lower first just to warm up, but not really worth it. I have enough breathing room with my bankroll, and this is a recording to post for you guys to enjoy, possibly learn from. Yeah, even a little short still. That's okay. Definitely can still get to the target spot for shot number 2, so nothing to worry about. I've definitely found it gets a little trickier when you start doing multiple accounts. Like, yes, my second and third account definitely progressed quicker and easier by far than this account did. But it gets tricky, you know, trying to remember which club does what on what hole, you know, in terms of level. Like, if I'm playing a level 4 extra mile on my rookie and a level 5 extra mile on my pro, then it's hard to remember, you know, oh, last time was at this level 4 or was it the level 5? And was it a Quasar or was it a Titan? Via watching Golf Clash Tommy and RJ, you know, they're great to watch. I really enjoy it. Like I said it before, it's a big part of why I wanted to start doing this is I just couldn't get enough of watching other people play as much as I even love playing. Sometimes it's fun to just watch other people, especially when they make 6 shots and you get to see people. You know, obviously I don't know either of them, but I have a face to put with the name. I know who they are. I've seen them speak, you know, and video and such. So it's cool to see people that you know are real people, real just out there like you and me, playing the game and succeeding and doing well. It gives me hope to continue getting better and keep growing up those ladders. I do intend to make it to the very top of the list someday. Pretty confident I can get there. I would say I've only really seriously been playing this game for about 4 or 5 months. The first few months I played it, I was pretty casual and just played to play. You know, I didn't usually even make weekend rounds and tournaments and stuff like that. Now I good case for playing a Masters tournament. You know, if I don't qualify and lose 7 out of 9 on the qualifying round, I'm going to go down 17 million out of my 27, and that's just not excusable. And it would be wind speeds I'm not yet familiar with, at least for the most part. So it's just a high gamble. I really want to wait till I at least have, you know, maybe 50 or 60 million. I'll consider it. I've gone through this roller coaster ride of Tour 9 where I've been going every time I get to 30 million to move up to Tour 10. I go play a Tour 10 and I lose. I go back down to 27 million, and then I'll usually try Tour 9 right off the bat right away again, and for some reason always lose that one to a great shootout. So I go back to 26, and then I have to work my way back up to 30. It usually takes like 10 matches because you don't win them all. So this is where I was talking. You really want to make sure. Get my spot right. Normally I wouldn't put backspin, but I want to slow it down a notch. Just a notch. There's 5. 8.8, and we're going to move about an extra 1.2 here for the elevation and water change. Normally I would not put any backspin, but because of the tailwind, I wanted to put just a hair. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's usually where I end up, right in that ballpark. He's going in a very risky spot, and I think this is why people have problems. They line their shot up way too close to that fringe over there. Or, I'm sorry, the rough. And like I said, with tailwind, the ball is going to carry a little more. And it drops in elevation, which means it's going to carry a little bit more. And great in the direction of the wind. All a bad combo. Whew, that was calling it close. All right, back to where we started. Now we got to go on a streak. You'll have to excuse me, guys. I'll be right back, I promise. I'm going to continue recording. I'm just going to put the mic on for a minute. Oh, for some reason, I can't figure it out. So I will be right back. I apologize. All right. Apologize for the little delay. We'll continue on. Getting on. See if we can get past that 30 million threshold. So as I was saying before, yeah, I just keep going through this loop of not getting past that 30 million. So I've decided I'm going to play Tour 9 until at least 39 million, at least 3 extra entries. So what I'll probably do is go up to 39, take a shot at Tour 10. If I lose, go back to Tour 9, maybe go up 6 million. If I lose, I could probably risk 1, so that way I try to buy myself that little bit of breathing room. So if I lose the first 1 or 2 trying to get into the new swing of a little bit higher wind on a course I haven't been playing in a while, because that's the thing, like I've been playing Tour 9 so long now, or at least such a majority of the matches that I do play, that other holes almost from any tour seem foreign. So it's also why I hope to do very well in this tournament, because I've been playing these holes like freaking crazy lately. So headwind. We're going to actually go ahead and just switch over to a navigator. We don't really need that spin. We got both our driver and our wood have a pretty respectable amount of curl, so we can get by. not hitting perfect tonight at all. I feel like my phone's a little laggy, but I just did a restart before I started, so it shouldn't be, or at least I feel like it shouldn't be. I'm also sitting a little further away from my router than I usually do. I am also recording directly off my phone while listening to music and playing a game, so that could have something to do with it as well. Don't mind the dogs. Dinner has just gotten here. Don't worry, I'm not leaving yet. I already made it clear I was going to play for a little while first. At least this wind, hopefully it doesn't come more. Sometimes it does that. It'll just come more in your face on your shot. And I really hope not, because it's already going to be tough enough to get out of there and get to a shot that's going to be a manageable eagle shot. This is another one that's, oh man, that's rough. There's no way. We're going to have to hope we can get over to the left there. So, probably want to go right on there. So we want to go about there with the wind. Don't really want to overpower it. Oh, so early. I expected that. Every once in a while, I'll just kind of curl it in a way that's a little goofy feeling, and the release is just off. I know I should probably reset when I do that, but something about resetting. I don't like to do it when I don't have to. I feel like there's a chance of accidentally letting go while you still have the ball drawn back and you just randomly slice it. So I want to stay on the green. I don't want to bounce on the fairway or on the fringe. At this distance, we're probably in the ballpark at 6 miles an hour ring. We're going to go 1.5. We're just going to give it a whirl. We're kind of at a guessing range here. It's not close, not medium. We'll find out because we hit perfect, so. Solid. Redemption shot. Can we say redemption shot, people? We'll give him the shades. I do it because I'm cool. Something about the emojis, they kind of crack me up. Just because, you know, it's all up to interpretation. There's times I see that I'm just like, oh, what a douche. But he could have been thinking the same thing as me. Like, oh, I'm just going to give you the shades because I don't really know how to respond. I know I hit a good shot. You know, I'm not trying to be cocky or anything, but. So we're going to go full 2. Just short of 2 on this one. There's 5. 9 is almost half power. So that's full. That's about half. Drop it just short of that. Solid. See, this is a cool guy. I like this guy. I wish there was an ability to add people from mid-game. I think they're going to be doing it soon. I've been getting kind of hints at that. But I hope they do add that because it'd be nice. There's some really good sports out there that are, you know, they'll chit-chat with you back and forth with the emojis, and they don't get grumpy about losing. They understand it's part of the game. Everyone's got to lose. No one has got a 100% win streak in here. Nobody. Not one person. I mean, most you're going to see is going to be like, on average, like 65. That's going to be like the high. For people that are playing properly, they're playing in their tour and such like that. a large amount of the people that have really high winning percentages, like 70 plus, is because they played kind of like Tour 4, Tour 5, Tour 6 all the time, where it's not oversaturated with replays, but it's also not a lot of great players playing all the time. And they just kind of rob people. It's unfortunate, but there's always going to be those people. Gotta love platinum chests. Don't get them enough. At 30 million threshold. Let's see if I can keep it climbing. It's a 3-game win streak. Started off rough. Let's see if we can keep it hot. Fortunate win conditions in this upcoming tournament. This is another shot at a tournament hole here. Depending on the wind on the second shot, you can reach playing it safe. Okay, so that was not bad. So as long as we don't have straight headwind, as long as we play the Kingsmaker, we can get there. Typically I save those. I don't use them for regular match play, but see, even that right there, that's close enough that we're going to see eagles off of these. So there will be eagles on this hole. You really are going to want to strive for that here. You can't beat yourself up if you don't get it, but it's something you're going to want to try for. All right, so we want to make sure that max is going to get us where we want. You got to curl it to get it to bounce up the right way with this shot. Ooh, it's going to be a little much, I think. Oh, Jesus. Should have gone one less bar topspin, probably. But that's tricky because if you don't do enough, you don't make the jump. Distance is everything there. Now I got a really, really hard bunker shot because there's going to be no way to slow this ball down enough. So it's got to be right on line. Hopefully he misses so that I can afford to miss and we can go to a shootout. Convenient for us that he had to take that layup. Ooh, that's ugly. Okay, I thought that tree was going to be in my way. But see, this is what I was saying. There's almost no way to slow this ball down. No matter which way you go, it's going to roll with some gas. So you got to make sure. par 5, but I guess not. So never mind on how many eagles we're going to see. You won't see too many of them. Can be a birdie hole for sure. You will see them. It's definitely going to be a hole. You're going to hope you can get one. It depends on the wind. All right, I think we are going to do one more. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a break. And I will switch over. And I'm going to do some of my second account on Tour 6 to get some of those holes again with some different clubs than I did last night. I don't really want to go down to Tour 6 with this account. It's not even right at all. Like, I almost don't even want to do it with my pro account because I've still got pretty good clubs to be playing from the first tee. It's not going to simulate the tournament at all for me, which is unfortunate. So what I might do is end up dropping down clubs. I'm not quite sure yet. I don't want to risk a bunch of losses just to try and make it look a little more real. Like I said, it's from the first tee, so we'll see. The problem is they still match me, with people according to the clubs I could be playing, basically. All right, so we're going to switch. We're going to go tighten here. I'm doing this because this is actually a tournament hole. So we're going to show how I attempt getting over here. This is going to be a full power shot. If that wind is stronger, you don't want to because you'll go past that one. It's a little downhill. So the wind's blowing left to right, so I'm going to curl just a little bit right to left. It's still a pretty reasonable shot from there. So it's worth the risk. If you can get up and get lucky on your hop and hit that fairway, which if you have a little more tailwind, I think like 7-8 for the level clubs I'm playing right now at least, is about the perfect amount of wind. 10 gets a little trickier because you have to actually shorten your shot. 7-8 is like perfect for like a full, nice shot, full speed, topspin. And then you got to aim for the narrow part of the sand trap. So you can attempt to hop it. Or if you hit the sand trap on the first bounce, with all topspin, it can roll through it, come out. It's a tricky shot. We're not going to see a whole bunch of people making it, but somebody will, I promise. If there's tailwind. Although I kind of have a feeling this is the wind they're going to... This hole, they'll probably give us like wind I'm looking at right now. Straight right to left. So we're going to go right there. This is going to be a close one, so we're going to go just about a ring. On fire with those bunker shots tonight, guys. I hope this video helped a little bit. Started off World Wealth with a 2-game losing streak, but went ahead and won 4 in a row after that. So came back, pulled through. Shows why you don't get frustrated. Just keep playing. Play calmly, play confidently, do what you do. You'll come back, you'll win. Sorry, buddy, I already announced I'm going home. Leaving the course for tonight. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and take my break. Other video will be around. Come back, see me. Like, subscribe, share. I promise people will learn and people will have a good time.